Let's get physical.
All right, everybody, listen. We got a lot to talk about. Welcome to the Fantasy Wise Guys. We are your hosts, Myke Meals.
Joey effing Puma.
And it's draft season, baby!
Yes.
We have been waiting for this all year.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know, Myke mock meals over here has probably been mock drafting since the end of the Super Bowl. But we have longed for this. The time is now. It's August 1st, Myke. And it's time to get going. It's time to lock in, you guys out there. It's time to keep listening to this show. Subscribe, like, comment, view. You know what to do, or I'll find you.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think now is the time where you really got to start looking at the rankings. A couple months ago when we started, it was whatever. You know, you listen here and there, you catch some news. But now it's crucial time. There's a lot of moves happening. There's a lot of insight within training camp, the coaches, the players. You see the development. You got to pay attention. So, I mean, there has been obviously some drafts already, but most of them are starting right now in August. So start paying attention. Puma, didn't you say you had, what was the big, didn't you just make a big move in one of your
so I
fantasy
just made
leagues?
a big move in one of my fantasy leagues, my keeper league. I've been running it. This is going to be our 10th season. I actually was going to reach out to Myke and think, try to brainstorm what to get for our 10th season. Maybe some hats, some some chains, some bling, something. I made,
gotta get something.
I made one of the biggest offseason moves, two offseason moves. My first one was I traded Tyreek Hill because, I'm a little bit worried about, Tua and his health.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't think he finishes the season with Miami. But I don't want to take a chance. I think that team is trending downward. I don't know how he'll react coming back from the wrist. So I dealt him for a 4th-round pick.
That's not bad.
And I gave a 9 back. So I gave a 9
Ooh.
and Tyreek Hill, and I got a 4th. You see, picks always have to match.
That's his value now? Only a 4?
Yeah. So I'm in a 2-keeper league. So you have to think that it's 2 picks. Forward.
Yeah,
so right now, among all drafts, his ADP, he's probably like top of the 3rd round. I think that I got solid potential for him. And then I did make a move because I needed another keeper. My other keeper is Bucky Irving. Mm-hmm. So I traded 2 5th-round picks and a 6th for my man, Josh Allen.
Wow. What a big... Who was your quarterback before that?
Caleb Williams.
So you still have him.
Right.
But now you traded this year's 5th?
Yes.
Next year's 5th?
No. This year, 2 5ths. I had another 5th from another
so
team.
You had some compiled draft picks.
Right. I had some ammo.
Through all your acquisitions,
right.
You've managed to
my 27 trades. I had some stockpile, some picks.
Okay.
And I had 4 5th-round picks. So I gave 2 away, and I had 1 6th-round pick, and I gave it to someone in our league who has Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, AJ Brown. They're not keeping Josh Allen. You only can keep 2.
Yeah.
So
totally.
He'll probably deal another one of them. But he's a Bengals fan, so most likely he's going to keep the 2
So traded
Bengals.
Before he had to make the choice of the keepers, kind of.
Right, and this Sunday, actually, is our pick selection day.
Okay.
So, everybody will know where they pick. That's a big thing, too. For me, especially strategy-wise, I want to trade with guys before the picks have been dealt. I probably
lose your value.
Right. I probably gave away a 5.1, or I could have gave a 5.12, a 5.11, 5.12.
Yeah.
We don't know until Sunday, but I feel like it's equal value for a guy that's going to be a dual threat. People are going to fall in love with Josh Allen over the summer. I mean, Tuesday starts Hard Knocks. So for me, my keepers going into this season in that league is Bucky Irving, Josh Allen, and I feel really good about it. And we play with bonuses. Myke, you know that our league is crazy. Like, there's sometimes the highest scorer has 250 in my league.
That's crazy.
So we play with bonuses. A guy like Josh Allen is lethal.
And honestly, getting rid of Tyreek Hill now, after seeing the videos lately, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of rumors saying that Waddle is outnumbering him or getting more targets. They're saying he's the clear alpha one. Now, who knows how valid that is. but also he just made some comments about Devon Achane, basically not calling him a power back. It wasn't anything bad, but basically seemed unconfident. There's just a lot of bad energy there right now, so that's definitely something I'd want to get away from too.
Yeah, I've always been a big Tyreek Hill fan, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to win, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worried about what he has done for me and the memories he's given me. It's all about 2025 for me, and 2025 represents Josh Allen. I feel like it's the Bills' year. I feel like he goes back-to-back MVP. Let's see him do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to look for with that, especially if you like somebody. You got to decide, hey, if the time is not right, don't choose your heart over your brain. Like, make a smart choice. But there is definitely a lot of news, especially around the training camp talk. A lot of buzz. We did see our first NFL game yesterday.
Oof.
I swear to God, I watched this like it was the Super Bowl. I watched every play.
We were starving for some action.
I was waiting for it. I wanted to see Hampton. I wanted to see Tre Harris. And for those of you who don't know, it was the Chargers versus the Lions. And LA, the Chargers, they won 34-7, Hall of Fame game. Puma, after the game, texted me. He's like, Lions stock down. He's like, I'm done with the Lions. They're out.
Yeah.
Hold up, man. It's second team.
Well, you know what?
Third team.
So, first and foremost, yes, I was even wagering on preseason football, and I won just because I am that sick into football. But to Mike's point, I feel like the Lions are going to be going downhill. A lot of people say, well, it's just a game and it doesn't matter. Well, you know what? Like, it's not even about the loss. I don't care about the loss. It's how you lose, right? Again, it is an exhibition game, but it just looked like there wasn't any fight too much. The Chargers, not for anything, Trey Lance looked pretty good, Mike.
Yeah, and Dan Campbell already came out and he had a lot to say about the loss and basically threatened a lot of guys. Trey Lance looked good. There's a lot of hype on him. But do you really buy into the first preseason game?
Yes, and I might be crazy, and I might be the only one streaming around that will say that I care about that. But you know what? It sets the tone. Think about it, Mike. We have 2 new coordinators for the Lions. Aaron Glenn has left for the Jets. Ben Johnson to the Bears. There is some, new blood around there, even though they were there before, but they were just positional coaches. Now, can they take on the roles that have been left for them? We will see. Will the offense change? Will the defense change? I know no studs were playing last night, but again, it's all about the morale. I don't know. I just feel a little wishy-washy about them this season so far.
So Omarion Hampton was like the biggest highlight of the evening because he was a first-round running back. He is definitely looking to get probably more volume than Najee Harris. As you know, he was injured. So he played, I believe, 2 drives or 1 drive, 2 carries, 9 yards. Puma said he looked like shit. I don't necessarily agree with him. You can see he was trying to make some moves, but the kid's got potential, and that should be exciting. Tre Harris also played, didn't look too good, got 1 target, couldn't get open, and he stayed on the field for a while. So those are things you want to pay attention to. Nobody really that notable from the Lions end, but yeah, I mean, let's be aware of this going forward. Lions players might be in shambles, but again, it's
offensive line too, Mike. They had Ranco left. The center. So for me, I don't know. We got to see. We got to see more. We got to see them out there with the ones. Probably the dress rehearsal for preseason for them because they have to play an extra one. Won't be until 2 weeks from now. So we'll get to see Jared Goff, St. Brown, Gibbs, all those guys, Laporta. But right now, not feeling it.
Terry McLaurin actually just requested a trade. So
Good.
Some new news. Terry McLaurin obviously been seeking contract extension. There's a little debate, I guess, on the number right now. The guy's 30 years old. He wants over $30 million a year. Looks like they're a lot less than that. We don't really know the offer, but he did request one. Supposedly, the Commanders have no desire to trade him whatsoever. But look, this could be big. If he goes anywhere, he can make or break a player's value just like that. I mean, I heard that the Jets, I don't know how valid this was, but saying the Jets can be a contender for him.
Well, Mike, I really love Terry McLaurin. He had a great season. You saw that I even added him last year, in the draft, and I won a league with him.
He was a wide receiver 5 last year.
Yeah,
Finished wide receiver 5.
He did a great job. As a Jets fan, I want to trade for him and have the whole Ohio State team on my team. But you know what? I think this is something that guys, individuals. Micah Parsons just came out with this. He wants to be traded. I mean, I think this is what guys have to do to, get their money. Mike, his 2024 stats, I mean, he played 15 games. He was targeted 117 times, 82 receptions. I mean, this guy is a baller. 13 touchdowns. Like, he's a stud. Pay him. Pay the guy. Like, you pay. Garrett Wilson got paid. Who else got paid over the offseason? Other guys got paid. Like, he deserves his. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, 117 receptions, in my opinion, is not even a lot. When a guy like Malik Neighbors pulling in 170 receptions and targets, I'm terribly sorry, targets, 117 targets. So, in terms of value, look, we're not here to pay the players. We're here to judge and see how they do in fantasy. But hopefully he gets on the field somewhere sooner, because right now he's not looking too appealing.
I know, but also too, like, you can't take away from Jaden Daniels. We're trying to have him progress. So those Jaden Daniels owners out there, or who's thinking of drafting Jaden Daniels, you need Terry McLaurin, because he is the one that he's familiar with the most, other than Zach Ertz.
I mean, they have to find a way, and I'm sure they're going to come to a deal at some point. They have to, and he's going to hold out. It's business, but again, pay attention. Other random news. So, you know how Arthur Smith is obsessed with Cordell Patterson. How do you think he felt when he woke up and he saw Cordell Patterson released? I'll tell you two people that were probably happy. Anybody that owned Caleb Johnson or Jaylen Warren, knowing that the touches are going to stay there. Remember that, Najee Harris leaving the Steelers, they vacated 315 opportunities. So for two running backs like that, it's a good opportunity.
This is good Caleb Johnson news. I mean, again, Cordell Patterson, we want him out, right? We want him out. It's time to get the new toy in. I just don't trust Arthur Smith. I was hearing something in the car today about Bijan Robinson's rookie year and how he only had 4 touchdowns, and it was Algier in the goal line. Don't be surprised. Your buddy Jaylen Warren, he favors him in the goal line, the veteran. And Aaron Rodgers is there. He's going to want veterans until the rookie picks up the system. So just buyer beware of the Pittsburgh Steelers backfield, because it could be anybody any week.
Well, Warren's been there for a while now, and he's healthy. And honestly, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but Caleb Johnson, there is definitely official news saying that he's having some pass protection issues, which is normal for a rookie. But this is something to keep an eye on. A veteran is going to take presence. He's going to take priority, and he's going to probably get a lot more work. So let's keep an eye on that. But Cordell is gone. There has been some notable injuries. Now, again, it's preseason. We don't got to worry too much about the injuries, but some of them are significant, and you should really pay attention. So a couple random ones. Xavier Worthy, let's start with that. Concussion protocol. He's fine. But, again, this is probably something you should just pay attention to. I feel like Worthy gets hurt a good amount. It's not necessarily going to make or break him.
I mean, coming out of college, Mike, he wasn't the most, solid guy. I mean, you could just look at his frame. There's a reason why he's so fast. But at the end of the day, I think, it's still early in camp, right? He's not going to play any preseason games, I don't think. We'll see moving forward. Last year, I mean, this guy was killing it, man, killing it. He had 98 targets, as a rookie, 59 receptions, very solid. I mean, our lasting memory of him is in that Super Bowl. 6 touchdowns. And you know what I loved about Xavier Worthy? The rush. He'll give you some rushing yards, those end arounds. So he is for me, a 5th-round pick.
That's what he's doing.
And, in PPR leagues. I really like Xavier Worthy and, the unsurety of Rashee Rice.
That's where he's going right now, though. He's going in like the 5th round. So clearly that's a player you always want to keep an eye on. He's a great value, I guess, there. That's like everybody around him is pretty much the same, similar. So something to keep an eye on. Justin Fields, I don't think we really officially talked about his foot injury.
No.
He had a foot injury.
A little bit of scare.
It was a major scare. Everybody freaked out, but then a couple minutes later, basically, all right, they said that it's just a dislocated toe. But again...
Yeah, listen, I would like to get carted around everywhere. So I guess some of the guys, if they're going for X-rays or anything like that, and something happens on the field in practice, they like to be carded. But as the media, they take it in another way, like he's hurt for the rest of the year. But you know what? I'm just glad that he's all right. Again, it gave me those Aaron Rodgers vibes, and we didn't even get to a game. This was like in practice.
Dude, that same thing. I was feeling the worst energy. And that's something, though, that freaks me out because Justin Fields and he's also a running quarterback. Yeah. So a running quarterback running through the fields, Justin Fields, there's not going to be much running. If it's dislocated toe or if he's got a sprained ankle, whatever the case is. And then, of course, Garrett Wilson, heavily affected by something like that. So let's keep an eye on it. He's healthy. He's trying to play through it, but...
No. You're absolutely right. I think that Justin Fields was like, yeah, my ADP's a little high, so let me take it down a notch.
I think the whole future of the Jets offense right now in fantasy is dependent on Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It really is. If he's healthy or not, that's going to make the biggest difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely
let's
correct.
Keep an eye on Mr. Fields. Jawan Jennings. This was an interesting one. He said he re-injured his calf, missing several weeks. This is the same calf that bothered him at the beginning of camp, then or during OTAs. Then also last season, same thing, same calf. So the guy's having repeated injuries. Wide receiver right now. They don't have any more Deebo. Ricky Pearsall's a little banged up. To me, I don't know how you could trust a guy like Jennings in the 5th or 6th round.
Mike, like someone once told me, in the midst of chaos is opportunity. When I see Jawan Jennings, I look at George Kittle. And for me, he gets bumped up in my rankings.
Big time.
He's familiar with the offense. He's familiar with Brock Purdy. That is a great little sneaky stack in the later rounds if you want to have Purdy as your QB2 and to have Kittle as your tight end 1. I don't see why not, because he's going to get the bulk of those looks from Purdy. And let's face it, it's process of elimination. Everybody's getting hurt. No Ayuk, no Jennings now. Pearsall is in and out. Your best receiver, Denard Robinson, might be suspended a couple games because of a DUI in the offseason. Again, a lot of problems for the San Francisco wide receiver corp. That's why I see the tight end position, Kittle, going to suck up all those targets.
And Kittle is honestly a sure thing. At his value, he's a little expensive, but George Kittle, you know what he can do. You know how he can produce.
What we're going to get.
He was the tight end 2 last year, and you have to expect that he's going to put similar numbers up this year. Only 32 years old, so keep an eye on these wide receiver injuries over there. And plus, McCaffrey, he was dealing with injury too. So another one, Isaiah likely to be sidelined, Mr. Sprained ankle, missing several weeks. Another tight end.
I like this guy too, Mike.
I do too. But, this really helps a guy, I guess you could say, like Mark Andrews, who needs every little bit of hope he can get because how much target share is over there. Isaiah likely taking more from him also. He's one guy that I could say right now this looks okay for. But
yeah, it's just like the Jawan Jennings thing. With someone's misery comes someone's opportunity. And, with likely being sidelined for several weeks, he's probably not going to come back till week 4, week 3. I could see Mark Andrews also go up draft boards come draft day. If you don't think about that missed opportunity in the playoffs, that catch, Mark Andrews had a solid year. He didn't start off the year, great. The first 3 weeks, he was like the biggest loser. But he ended the season very fine.
He finished with 10 touchdowns last year.
Right, very solid. He was a great waiver wire ad if people in your, league had dropped him and gave up on him. A lot of people were, too. Yeah, a lot of people were. They were just giving up on him. They thought he was done.
But he still finished the tight end 5 last year. So that's something to think about, And obviously a big part of that was the touchdowns.
Right. He needs touchdown dependent. He is very touchdown dependent. And with... Henry in the backfield, it's a great opportunity because everybody gets sucked in looking at Henry and Lamar going to run.
Mm-hmm. So now Joe Mixon with the Houston Texans. Big foot injury. This is kind of serious.
Well, now you see why the Houston Texans signed Nick Wubby Chubby. He is coming off an injury himself, but also too, Joe Mixon towards the end of last year, you were relying on guys like Umagwale, can't even say his name right now, tongue twister, and Cam Akers. So Joe Mixon had this history. Again, another opportunity for Nick Chubb, somebody you could get later in rounds that will be in a prime spot, because the Texans do like to run the ball and play off that play action with Stroud.
I guess that's all we'd say about that. Now, DeVonta Smith missing several practices. This is an Eagles player. You know who he is. Right now, just back injury, nothing major, but I would keep an eye on it. So we'll take a look at that. Justin Jefferson, this is one that's definitely a little more serious. Tweaked his hamstring again.
Yeah.
Starting to be a concern.
Yeah,
Mr. Jefferson.
I mean, again, now, coming from San Francisco's wide receiver corp that's banged up. I mean, you have Justin Jefferson who's banged up right now. Jordan Addison is going to be suspended the first 2 or 3 weeks of the year. I would really look into a late round flyer on Jalen Nailor. Somebody that could suck up some targets. Myke, when was the last time Justin Jefferson practiced? Probably.
Well, he hasn't played all week.
Right.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing.
Right.
But he is a wide receiver too. That was his finish last year. He's getting drafted right now around anywhere between the 2nd and 5th pick.
Right. Yeah. For me, he stays right in that range. I mean, you could make an argument for him to go number 1 overall, just if you want to play it safe. I would have no problem with that. The hamstring, again, you don't have to worry about him playing any preseason, because he's probably not going to even play that anyway.
No way, yeah.
Yeah, for me, you
No
just
chance.
take the best player on the board, and hopefully he gets, remedied up, and he's ready to go.
But Justin Jefferson, he's one of those guys that right now, I guess let's compare. So, who would you rather? Who would you rather? Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
Chase.
Obviously. That's a clear one.
That's a
Now,
clear
what
one.
about this one? CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson, and here's why.
I'd take CeeDee Lamb.
I know you would take Lamb.
I don't even want to hear it. The next one,
Justin
Jefferson.
We gotta give this debate real quick. The first 4 games coming out the gate for Dallas is rough, man. Is rough. Week 1 they're playing freaking Philadelphia Phillies. Think of baseball.
Week 1.
Yeah,
Who also lost a lot of players on defense, keep in mind.
Yeah, and then I believe week 2 they play the Giants, who sneakily have a good, defense. Even though
defense.
Good defense. Then they play the Packers and then Chicago. It is a very tough sledding for the first 4 weeks. Now, am I saying the strength of schedule should define whether you take CeeDee Lamb over Jefferson? No, but it should play some part.
Also, what should play a part is the fact that you have a rookie quarterback who's never seen the light of day, going to be throwing in a pretty tough division that he's in himself.
In Kevin O'Connell.
Or
Kevin
you're going to
O'Connell, we
take
trust.
the Dak Prescott, who really has no running backs right now.
Oh, I'll give you that. He doesn't have any running backs right now that's really sufficient. But you know what? I love how Kevin O'Connell is a better coach than any Dallas coach. That's number 1.
Yeah.
Look what he did with Sam Darnold. You
Okay.
can't disagree.
Yeah,
And
he loves
number
to get-
2,
he throws the ball a lot.
Justin Jefferson is a stud. And, they both play dome games, but I believe Justin Jefferson plays more dome games than CeeDee Lamb going forward in their schedule. So, again, that's my personal preference. I know you're a CeeDee Lamb guy. I love Lamb, too. Don't get me wrong. I love Lamb.
If we were to draft tomorrow, knowing that let's say the season kicked off next Thursday, if we were to draft tomorrow, knowing this news now, would you take Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb?
Just tweak the hamstring?
If you knew he was day-to-day with the hamstring. Right now, even if they said today, okay, he's good, I'm still worried. I'm still concerned he could tweak it again. The hamstring is a tricky thing, and these receivers, they gotta move quick,
I know, but I gamble for a living. I'll take JJ.
You like it. And you just probably want the name. You like Justin Jefferson.
I love the rush.
I'll tell you, too, because I'm one of those guys that get bored of having the same players. I've had CD a lot, so to me, it is tempting. But Justin Jefferson, let's keep an eye on him. He is a stud at the end of the day. Another stud that's battling through some injuries right now, keep an eye on, Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors also did say that he could technically get surgery right now, but he's going to wait till after the season. That freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's still playing.
No, I mean,
Shoulder
if you see
injury.
these camp
Videos, he looks
Unreal.
great.
unreal.
I'm a little down on Malik Neighbors this year. I know I had him last year, Mike, but and I have him as my keeper in another league. But I hate their schedule. I mean, the quarterback position's a little shaky. I mean, I know they brought in Russell Wilson. Okay, great, but again, like, how is that offensive line going to hold up?
Again, he's battling through these injuries now.
I know he had a little bit of injury last year. He was out for 2 to 3 weeks, something like that.
In the middle of the year. So it's just something to monitor. Again, Justin Jefferson,
He's a stud. Jamar Chase 2.0. It's just something we have to monitor and keep updating.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But Malik Neighbors, clearly another guy that you're going to keep an eye on because he's a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So see who's around him.
Where's he
who else
going
is
right
injured.
now? Like 110,
Right
111?
now, in between, like, he can fall anywhere between the 8th and the 10th pick or, the second half of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of these guys that are dealing with injuries right now. Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, McCaffrey, as you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
So a lot of these first-round picks, arguably might be going, through a little injury. But anyway, let's go get to some training camp news. We got a couple guys to talk about. There's always some rumors circulating, talking about certain players and how they look on the field. But like, let's take it for what it is. Each role obviously is important, but how important? So like Christian McCaffrey, for example, they're saying right now he's got no limitations. You've seen the video. One video that Kyle Juszczyk posted went viral of him running what was he basically running?
Like
A
a wheel
wheel
route,
route, basically. And he caught the pass, looked great, looked like the old school Christian McCaffrey. And I've seen him now going as high, like in between the 5th and 6th pick usually, one of those two
Yeah,
picks.
you have
the prognosticators out there, actually drafting him, ahead of Saquon Barkley, which I think is
really crazy.
Crazy.
but not so fast.
So for me, I feel like after Christian McCaffrey comes back from injury, historically he has become either the RB1 or RB2. Now, this is the numbers. This is not me. So this is the truth. He looks great in camp, Mike. A lot of it could be justified, but let's take it slow. For me, I think his ADP right now is a little bit too high. He has to fall to, I would say, top of the second round for me to even consider. Or middle, just to feel like I've gotten a deal. Again, this player is coming off of injury. It's like a Maserati sports car. Like he can look great, sound great, but at the end of the day, he might have to go to maintenance.
He comes with a lot of risk. And
yes.
honestly, Christian McCaffrey is somebody that you're going to have to pay attention to. But right now, he's skyrocketing up draft boards.
Yeah, camp hype.
A lot of camp hype around him. If he stays healthy and he's going to start week 1, I'd say why not? So get your draft as close to the opening day as possible.
Oh, that is very important.
Yeah, which is Thursday, September 4th. So keep that in mind. Jahmyr Gibbs. There is definitely a lot of rumors right now saying that he's getting many of the first team reps. A lot of work in the passing game. They're even having him line up as a receiver, all under the new offensive coordinator, John Morton. So, to me, a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, who was everyone's like, oh, do I want to draft him in the first round this high, knowing that they got Montgomery? But it looks like even the Lions are starting to say, okay, maybe the first runs you give to Jahmyr Gibbs, where usually it was Montgomery. So now they're switching it up a little bit. This could be really, really big for his production.
For people that know me out there, I've always favored Gibbs over Bijan Robinson coming out of school. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs can be the next Alvin Kamara. He just has that shiftiness. He glides. It just looks easy for him.
Yeah, he's very sexy with the ball. Let me tell you.
He's a Puma player. This is the one guy I would probably take at the 102 spot, 103 spot. And with this news coming out, listen, don't let your eyes deceive you, right? Don't overthink it. If that's what they want to do, be all on board, all in. I love it. And you know what? They should do this. They should do this because he's a stud. It's time to unlock him, Mike.
I'm comfortable with it.
I'm comfortable with it,
Now,
too.
newly traded DK Metcalf to the Steelers. Right now, they're saying the connection is great with Rodgers, natural. He's catching 8 to 10 passes per practice. I mean, this pretty much can assure people that DK is going to clearly be the wide receiver one over there, which was already a certain. But how good were we expecting him to look? And I've seen some clips. I've seen some videos of him. He looks great, beating the cornerbacks, catching deep ball passes, muscling his way through the defenders. I mean, he's a stud.
Yeah.
And Rodgers is going to throw the hell out of the ball.
Yeah,
All to him.
For me, I feel like, I cannot trust this dealing with Arthur Smith, right? Arthur Smith is basically you're going to shoot yourself.
He's a run-heavy offensive coordinator.
He's a run-heavy offensive coordinator. Loves to use the tight end, and his boyfriend, Janu Smith, is now on the team. He's even talking about playing him a little bit at running back, Mike. So for me, I can't trust that DK will be a wide receiver one. I would like him as my 2 or a flex, but for me, Janu Smith is coming, and Arthur Smith is ready to ruin your fantasy team.
And I've seen him also get a lot of work. But yeah, that is definitely a great point. That's something to keep in mind because right now he's going in like the 4th or 5th round, depending on how anxious somebody is. But DK Metcalf, let's not forget, he is still the wide receiver one over there, and they are paying him $30,000 or $30 million. $30,000. Can you fucking imagine?
What is this?
$30 million a year.
Yeah.
So expect that he's going to probably get some work. Now another guy, Caleb Johnson, who we were talking about earlier, also on the Steelers, rookie running back. Right now they're saying that he's struggling with pass protection. So, to me, this is a running team, and Puma mentioned it before. Jaylen Warren, I feel like, is going to be the clear number 1 over there. Caleb is going to get sprinkled in, and he might even take over at some point.
Yeah. No, I am leaning towards that. I think Caleb Johnson takes over mid to late year. But starting off, they're going to go with the veteran. I believe Jaylen Warren's going to get majority of the snaps, especially with the news coming out that he is having pass protection problems.
Yeah.
That's something that you should be very aware of, especially come draft time, because now you're not overvaluing Caleb Johnson. I know we like to say running back is a scarcity and to stack them, but let's be honest, like those bench spots become precious as time goes on. And you need to make calculated decisions. So just be on the up and up about the
right
utilization.
Now, Jaylen Warren is going in like the 8th round. He's 26 years old. And Caleb Johnson is roughly going in the 7th round. Now, both this can be, probably moved up at least a round by the time the season breaks.
Yeah.
So who would you be more interested in? A young 22-year-old running back in the 6th round on Arthur Smith offense? Or would you rather have Jaylen Warren a round later, 26-year-old, but might be the clear running back 1?
So
who would you take?
Depending on that question, it depends how I start out my draft, right? If I'm going running back heavy for you guys
They're
out
both
there,
running backs on the Steelers.
No, but listen to the formula. If I'm going running back heavy, and I've already secured all my starting roles with studs, right? I'm going to take a Caleb Johnson because I could wait on him. But if my flex is a little shaky and I'm not too sure about my wide receiver 3, I might take a stab at Jaylen Warren just because, I know he will have standalone value. So it's someone I could plug in for not only a bye week filler, but matchup base.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good point. Me personally,
everything is dependent.
I probably, in that situation, I might just stay away from Caleb Johnson altogether just because I don't know about the workload, and I want to see what's going on there.
But Mike, listen.
I got to see what's happening.
I'm not saying you got to win the draft, but you know what? Sometimes you got to shoot for the moon. You want to win? You want to be a winner? Sometimes you got to take a risk, right? No risk it, no biscuit, boy. No risk it, no biscuit. Cause how you think I've been to 7 chips, huh? By playing it safe? Nah.
Wow, he's really excited about Caleb
I play
Johnson.
to eat.
Let's see how they do today. Kenneth Walker. So on the Seahawks, he's getting an extreme amounts of reps in the receiving game. I feel like I've heard this multiple times, but Kenny Walker, his metrics show that he is probably one of the most dominant backs in the league if he could stay healthy. So
yeah, that's always been the thing with Ken Bone. The injury. If he stays healthy, he could basically be a league winner. I'll just put it like that. Especially in that Clint Kubiak offense. Once upon a time, James Cook's brother, Dalvin Cook, was in that offense with Minnesota, and it was phenomenal. Kenneth Walker can really flourish. He just has to stay healthy. So that's why for you guys out there, if you do draft Kenneth Walker, please make sure you get Zach Charbonnet, because that handcuff could be your league winner as well.
That could be expensive. I mean, it's 2 roster spots for the same position. But regardless, it is a new offense this year, new quarterback, but his targets significantly increased last year. From 37 to 53 targets. So right there, it's already basically a 50% increase. It's something to keep an eye on. But remember, he has missed games in the past. Puma's right. If you got to insure him. Put some insurance on that thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's like, having Geico in, Florida. The hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
The hurricane's coming. Sometimes you got to pay a little extra. But you know what? You're going to get it done, and you're going to have an RB1 in the back.
True. So Luther Burden, this is another quick one. Had some issues, I guess, for the first few days at camp, but has been turning heads ever since. Right now, they're saying that he's basically going to be a slot guy, 3rd wide receiver. As of now, Odunze and DJ Moore are clearly the wide receiver 1 and 2 over there. But look, he's going in like the late 11th, 12th round where you can snag him. And if one of those guys goes down, who knows what kind of playmaker he could be. I can see him like a Jaden Reed,
Yeah, Burden's value is really based on opportunity and injury. I mean, you got Rome Odunze in front of him, DJ Moore in front of him. I mean, this guy's got to jump over people to get some targets here. But, if a late round flyer, 12th, 13th round pick, why not? It's somebody that you could cut later if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I guess you're going to have to figure out is are you going to hold on to him? Because sometimes you drop him and you regret it later on down the road.
Well, that's why.
But if you draft him and you believe in him, you hold on to him.
Yeah, it depends on the owner.
Definitely.
Do you really believe in this player, and do you believe he's going to work up that depth chart? So we'll see, especially in Ben Johnson's offense. I believe he saw a little bit Jameson Williams in him. Yeah. That's why he took him speed-wise. So let's see.
All right, so another rookie wide receiver, Matthew Golden. Now, 1st-round pick, Green Bay Packers. We talked about him a lot last week. They're already saying he's making a lot of plays. Love has been loving to target him, and he's getting the ball to him on every drive in practice. I saw some videos. He's fast, man. He really is fast.
No, he looks great. And again, long term, I love it for the Packers. This year, I don't know how he'll play into the system. Josh Jacobs is still there. Again, this is just camp video, so please, people, don't overhype camp Instagram videos. Because a lot of people, you don't be a victim, It's a trap!
But
kind of scared me a little.
Yeah, that was the point.
Again, all these guys are going to be making noise, especially Matthew Golden. He's a great talent, great separator. But for me, we just got to wait on it. And if you're going to draft him, I wouldn't be drafting him to start. I would draft him to hold, see what the situation is there, because they have, again, a plethora of options to throw to.
Totally. And that's really another good point, man, that you said about, the training camp videos. There's always so much hype around these guys, and you really got to take it with a grain of salt, because in the end, if you watch the games and you know the rankings and you understand the hype, just pick and choose your battles. Don't go at every single one. Don't throw a dart at everything.
But if he's your guy, he's your guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's your guy.
Exactly.
If that's the guy you want to draft and you go, I'm in love with him and I want him on my team and I'm a big Packer fan, go for it. Knock yourself out.
Definitely. No, 100%. I mean, and they need a wide receiver 1 over there. So last but not least, this one was the most interesting to me because this answers a lot of our questions. But Jordan Mason, as you know, ex-49er, signed or was traded to the Vikings this year. So signed with them, and now he's accompanied by Aaron Jones. So Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason together, the whole dilemma was, hey, is Aaron Jones going to stay this running back one? Is his value going to drop? Is Jordan Mason going to get more touches? But as of now, it looks like they're going to share equal roles, essentially a committee. But this is important.
Yeah, this is very important. And to keep an eye out, right now this just devalues Aaron Jones' stock. If you know it's going to be a committee, just for that matter, the new guy coming in, you always want the new guy. Because the new guy is the new toy, and they're going to want to show him off more. I mean, listen, I know he was in a Kyle Shanahan offense, and he was on the 49ers, and people want to make it, he got easy running lanes. The Vikings have a better offensive line.
Yeah.
They're better. So,
and not to mention, Jordan Mason looked good.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just look like that was an offense.
No. He looked good.
He looked great.
Again, Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, they all come from the same tree. So their offenses will always look kind of semi-similar. Especially they always like to use the running back. They love using the running back. So for me, this is a big trend up for Mason, trend down for Jones. And Mason's probably going around the 8th or 9th round right now, which is a steal.
Yeah, as late as the 10th, and Jones going around the 6th. So
yeah,
that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, that'll about do it. Listen, we're gonna start talking about the rankings, quarterback rankings, running back rankings, wide receiver, tight end, all of them. We're gonna break down our top 10, maybe even our top 20.
Yeah, I'm down.
Two-parters, you know what I mean? But it's draft season coming. We got to come at you with some tips.
Yeah, lock in.
What else we got to do? What else we need to give these guys?
Strategy, but also, too, again, you don't win your league at the draft. I just want everyone to understand that. We could best prepare you for the draft, but it's always the week-to-week add-ons. So I would say the biggest thing I could always leave you with is pay attention.
Pay attention, yeah. You will see. So that'll about do it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, follow Fantasy Wise Guys. Myke Meals.
Joey Puma.
The one and only. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you at River and Henley tonight.